welcome into the wrong side of the pond. First of all, I didn't get a video out on Friday reacting to this, but we've been doing a lot of renovating here in the house, so hopefully, or actually we've been doing some renovating in the office as well. Apparently we've got a new sign up, got sent some new gifts, a new t-shirt, a mug. So we've been doing a lot of things going on here in the house, so I haven't been able to get a video out on Friday, but now this is the reaction to the Joshua Fury news that was announced last week by Eddie Hearn on IFL TV and Tyson Fury then again on his own Twitter. So yeah, let's get to it. So from my video last week, I said I wanted to make some fights coming out of this COVID-19. Didn't include Joshua Fury for the reason that everybody wants to include Joshua Fury. So they got on with it themselves. I said, let's make the fight. At the end of it, I said, you got to make Joshua Fury. They must have listened to me. As Wednesday, Eddie Hearn was doing an interview with Kugan Cassius and announced that the fight would be there. That was signed, to a two-fight deal in 2021. Then Sky Sports had an interview with Eddie, and then Tyson Fury put it on his Twitter account. I think it was in that order. May have been mixed around. The first thing, although it is agreed, it's not confirmed, it's not completed, it's just agreed to the terms of a 50-50 split probably, and what people are going to get. And I think it's a 60-40 split for the winner in the second fight. But there's a few small cases. I think location's going to be a big thing, and things we need to go through is what's going to happen to Dillian Whyte. In the meantime, he's just now announced that he's suing filing something against the WBC because, like we talked last week, he has been mandatory since forever. Fury did say he has to fight Deontay Wilder first to get that out of the way. Like I said last week's video, I don't think it's a good fight for Wilder to come back to. I do think to get this all sorted would be Dillian Whyte, Deontay Wilder would be a good fight to put on, and then maybe let Fury and Joshua get straight to it. Joshua obviously has Pulev as his mandatory. I think you could have had step aside money for that to get the Fury fight straight on. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. It's going to be, I reckon, probably May next year. You'd look at Joshua Fury 4, and then later on in the year, maybe a November-December fight. Maybe it ends up that Dillian Whyte's court case with the WBC or whatever this happens gets himself a mandatory. Couldn't argue either way, really. The undisputed fight is, I think, what everybody wants to see, but obviously Dillian Whyte has his right to fight these guys. Although, the negative impact from the announcement has been that one that you can never win with boxing fans. That's what I'll say. If they've announced this Joshua Fury fight, and suddenly all these fans who have been moaning at Dillian Whyte for years about turning down a Joshua fight and waiting too long for this mandatory have now came out and decided that they're Dillian Whyte supporters, and it's a shame that he's been overlooked. But I'm sure if they made Fury versus Whyte, people would then be saying, well, why don't we just make Joshua Fury for the undisputed title? It's just, you just can never win with these things. We've got an announcement, we need to be happy about that. Dillian Whyte will sort his own self out with the WBC. We'll see what happens. Maybe this two-fight deal has been moved back, while Dillian Whyte has a mandatory shot. Another talking point of the deal is going to be the location of the two fights. I see on Twitter a lot of people saying that Fury is not going to be fighting in the UK. He's contractually not fighting in the UK for whatever reason, and it will be in the United States. I don't know if that's just for the Wilder fight. He has to fight there. I don't know. Nobody knows really, apart from Top Rank, and I'm guessing Fury and a few other of his team. But I'm sure, like me, like most fans, we all want to see the fight in Britain. I know I'm not stupid enough to say that the fighters should only fight in Britain, because I know that to go to America or to fight in Saudi Arabia or wherever they may fight, you can get paid a lot more money. And if these fighters have been told, if you fight in Saudi Arabia, for instance, you could make 80 million each, or you could fight in Britain and make 50 million. You can say what you want, but there's not many people that's going to turn down a Saudi Arabia fight. The main reason I think it's got to be in Britain is I think the legacy of the fight should be bigger to them in a way than the pot of money. But it's hard to tell somebody to walk away from 30 million. It's just, could you imagine the legacy of a Joshua Fury fight at Wembley? And maybe the second fight is in Vegas or Saudi Arabia, but I do think we need at least one of them. It needs to be in the UK. Probably the first one I'd like to see in the UK. It's a two-fight deal, so the guys can still make their money in Saudi Arabia or wherever they want to fight in the second fight for the most money. But I think the legacy of boxing, British boxing, and Joshua Fury, it would benefit so much from being at Wembley. I suppose that is all part of the deal that's yet to be fully agreed with Top Rank, MTK and Matchroom. I know Frank Warren put out a tweet or something about, or a statement saying something along the lines of this deal was not fully agreed, although they're working towards it. I'm not sure if Queensberry are sort of on the outside looking in on this deal a little bit, with Tyson Fury's main promoter being Top Rank. I think we could take with what Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn are saying. It's a bit more in the know-how with this, what this deal entails. Hopefully this guy stops cutting his hedge anytime soon so I can actually make this video. Should we make a prediction on a fight? I think it's a long way out. Maybe it never happens. Maybe Deontay Wilder knocks out Tyson Fury in the rematch. Maybe Pulev knocks out Anthony Joshua. Who knows? But we might as well make a prediction. I think Tyson Fury has to be the favourite right now. I think form is a big thing. I've seen a lot of people say, well, he's going to knock him out because Joshua's been hurt by Ruiz and knocked down by Vladimir Klitschko. That doesn't really matter much, I don't think. Tyson Fury's hurt a lot early in his career. Knocked down by Steve Cunningham once upon a time. But I do think right now with the fight, I think Fury is the favourite, being that he's just on a great run of form. Seems to be enjoying his boxing more than he ever has. Seems to be in the flow. And I think Joshua lost to Ruiz. He's had a bounce back fight. Will be feeling good after a Ruiz fight. But seems to have lost a little bit of his confidence, obviously, from the first loss. He seemed a different fighter on the night that time. And then in the second fight, he was getting his swagger back, but it didn't look like the destructive, fighter he was before the first fight. Hopefully a good win over Pulev, maybe a spectacular knockout or good finish over a sturdy guy like Pulev will set him up for a good Fury match in the summer next year and be a lot closer on a lot of people's thinking than it is currently. So let me know what you think in the comments. Who do you think is going to win the fight? Are you happy the fight's going ahead, or would you prefer a Dillian Whyte fight? Do you think Deontay Wilder is going to upset everybody and beat Tyson Fury, or maybe Pulev? Let me know in the comments. Like, share and subscribe. The next video hopefully will be out Wednesday. I'll be doing the second episode of Career Versus, and I'll catch you then.